Hi everybody, and thanks for joining us again. I'm Jason the Vein Guy. Today we're going to be talking about tumescent syringes, and specifically we're going to be talking about the spring-loaded versus the non-spring-loaded syringes. First off, most of the tumescent syringes that you find out there are really quite generic. You could look at several different brands and there may be subtle differences, but for the most part they're essentially the same. There are a few characteristics that you want to look at. First of all, you have some that are spring-loaded, such as this device here, and you'll notice that when you squeeze this down, as you're injecting into the patient, when you release, that spring will suction from your bag of tumescent and refill the syringe. The other type doesn't really have that. You have to manually pull back in order to fill the syringe, but it does have another feature that's kind of helpful, and that is this swivel right here. So when you're looking at a tumescent syringe, you really want to make sure that you find one that has a swivel, because otherwise, if it doesn't have a swivel, your options are to loosen it so that you can swivel it, which is going to allow for fluid to leak out through here, or you have to orient this to where this hose is out of the way. So here's this hose nozzle right here. If I'm going right up against a patient, I have this direction that I can go with it, but I can't go in this direction. So it does reduce some of the flexibility. You can't get the hose out of the way. So you do want to look for one that does have the swivel on it. Now, the spring load feature, it seems like it would be a pretty good feature because it would reduce the fatigue to load the syringe. However, the way that I use a syringe and the way that I teach my clients to use the syringe is it's a natural inclination for you to fill this syringe all the way up. But when you do, you're creating a lot of tension through here. And as your hand is opened up, and I have actually very large hands, so it's worse for people with even smaller hands. But the more of an L shape you have through here, the more fatigue you're gonna get through here, and the less strength and dexterity you're gonna have throughout this travel range, this up here. So generally when I'm using a tumescent syringe, I won't fill it all the way. I'll just kind of go like this in small amounts, because my fingers are this close together, there's a lot of strength and dexterity where I'm able to load that syringe, and it doesn't really affect the patient in any way. But the natural inclination to fill this and then empty it and then fill this and then empty it is fatiguing on your hand, which is why some people say, well, my hand's fatigued, let me go with one of these. Well, the problem that I have with the type that has the spring in here is that you press down, you're having to push against a lot of tension. So again, you're getting that pressure and that tension in this region of the hand. And then you're forced to open your hand all the way back up again. So yeah, it does fill automatically, but it doesn't really require a lot of tension to fill it in the first place. Now, if this is the only type of syringe that you have, you can unscrew these and take them off. Just simply pull the stopper out, remove the spring, put it back in, and now you have a springless. But we don't have a swivel. So these tend to be a little bit more expensive than the non-spring type. So I would recommend using the non-spring type that has the swivel versus the one that has the spring and does not swivel here. I hope that you found this tip helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And please feel free to comment down below. We always welcome your comments and your thoughts. This is Jason the Vein Guy, and I'm hoping you're having a good day. Thank you.